Well, although they're new to the conference, we are very familiar with them, having played them in the playoffs for years and years and years. And we also start the season off. We've traditionally had a scrimmage against them, so and we do a lot of things with them in the summer. So we're very familiar with them. They're very familiar with us. Excuse me.
You're fine. This isn't live.
Have a tremendous amount of respect for Coach Zolman and Coach Messel and their whole staff, and they're great guys that teach the game. And their first 5 games, although they have 2 losses, they're in every game. And the one thing that pops off on film is they get better every week. They've gotten better every week. The quarterback gets better every week. And so as with every Friday night, it'll be a great challenge for us this Friday.
And then coming off of the 2-day affair that was the Carroll game, how much confidence does this give the Snyder football team?
Well, I don't know if confidence is something that we're relying on right now. It's more about execution and the things that we know how to do. So each team that we play presents a different kind of game plan, but what is constant through each of those game plans are the fundamental things that we have to execute on offense, defense, and special teams. And if we gain any confidence in that, it's that we're seeing either improvement in that or not. And so each individual kid and each unit is going to see or gain confidence based on a previous performance in the week of practice. And so, that's a measurement and a new measurement each Friday night.
And how much growth did you see out of the defense in particular? We've been raving about the Snyder offense forever, but the defense holding a team like Carroll to 7 points kind of made some waves around the city. What did you see as far as growth in them?
Well, it starts up front, and those young guys up front, led by the veteran Marcus Green, really played well and are playing better each week. And they're learning how to play the intensity at which you have to play at the varsity level. And, we've always known those guys are going to be good. It's just there's a learning curve, and they have to get better, and they have. And then we've solidified some things in the secondary and at the second level of linebacker, and so we're starting to play a little bit more fundamentally sound. But this is a very good offense. It might be the best offense in the conference that we're playing Friday night. So it'll be another great challenge for the defense.
And you guys going into Homestead rather than playing at your home, how is that going to change things, especially knowing the history and that the last time you guys played them, you stopped their run in sectionals?
Well, like I said, we've had a great history and of playing Homestead. We've had some tremendous games out there, some great memories, some disappointing memories, and things that go along with a great rivalry. And our kids are very familiar with playing out there. We do a lot of things in the summer out there, and we scrimmage there at the beginning of the year. So, the surroundings won't be unfamiliar, and I think there's a level of comfort there, and they like playing on the turf. And
biggest key to the game, final question.
Turnovers. Turnovers, I think, are big, and then I think everything begins on the offensive and defensive lines. And if we can protect the quarterback, if we can open holes for the running backs, we'll be productive on offense. And on the defensive line, if they can be gap sound and control their gap, I think we'll be all right on defense. It's really fundamentally with the offensive and defensive lines.
I lied. One last question, just because you mentioned the turnovers. I remember last week there was this great emotional, raw moment with Isaac Stiebling, and we've seen his talent forever, but just describe his leadership, because that really seemed to turn things around right after you guys scored your first touchdown.
Well, I think, what was most impressive, too, was we came back Saturday, and he really went 9 for 11 throwing the ball into the wind in some crucial situations, hit the tight end on a very big route on a 3rd and long, and, he was just money when we needed him to be money, and that's the way he's been. And that's a compliment to the guys surrounding him as well that allow him to be proficient in that manner. But we're leaning on his leadership every week, as we are the other seniors. Janari Brown on defense and Marcus Green, and the offensive line and Justin Munoz. Those guys have to lead each of their separate groups for our team to be cohesive and to be at a peak performance each Friday night.